Hello, my name is Penelope Heineck. I teach GT Language Arts for JVA for grades 7 and 8. And this video is just to help familiarize you with our language arts classes and how they work and what they look like. So we are going to walk through GT Language Arts 7. The 8th grade class is set up very similarly. It looks almost exactly the same, except the content is different, of course. But the structure and how you navigate and everything will be exactly the same for 8th grade as it is for 7th grade. So when you go into Schoology and click on the Language Arts course, you will automatically come to the updates page, and this is what it looks like. This is the current updates page. It's the end of the year, so this is our last week here, and I just wanted to show you this updates page. When I walk you through the course, I'm going to walk you through the master just to protect student identity of the students that are taking this class. But so you automatically come to this updates page, and then to get to the course content, you have to go over here to this materials button over here, and I'm going to hop over to the master when we go into the materials here. You can see I've clicked on materials here, and we are going to go and just take a look at semester 1 for this is GT Language Arts 7. And you can see when at the beginning of the year we have an introductory unit, and this introductory unit just helps students orient themselves in the course. They learn how to navigate, they learn how to communicate properly, they learn the do's and don'ts of discussion boards, how to participate in the discussion board. They learn about communication, expectations, things like that. So the first few days is just getting to know the course, getting familiar with what the course entails and how to navigate. And then we really get into the language arts piece. So let's go back here to Unit 1 and go into the first week of real content. So you can see when you click on the unit or the session that you're going to work in, or the student's going to work in, you'll see this page here, and it's kind of like a table of contents for everything for that week. Okay, so you can see these pages here are things to read. Those are just pages to read. If it has this little picture here, that is an assignment that they have to complete. And there's a little quiz here. You can see there's a tiny quiz for the students to complete, and I don't have a discussion board in this session necessarily, but there's like a little speech bubble icon there for discussion boards. So those are the different types of assignments that they'll be doing. So you can click on the individual slides, or you can use this previous and next button to go through one at a time and see them all. So there's always an introduction to the session to let the students know what they're going to be encountering that week. And then there's learning objectives or learning goals. You'll see it's a know, understand, and be able to by the end of that session, by the end of that week. And there's pacing guide. The pacing guide is really helpful for students that need a little more structure or like a checklist to go through and be able to say, Monday I'm going to do this, Tuesday I'm going to do this, Wednesday I'm going to do this. Not all students use that pacing guide. Some students are very good about organizing their time. Some students work maybe a day and a half in language arts and get it all done in one day and then move on to a different subject, or some of them do a little bit every day. It just depends on how you work and what works for you. And that's the beauty of online classes, is that you can take control and decide how you're going to structure your time. But there's also, with that, is a responsibility that comes that you need to make sure that you have covered everything and have done everything each week. So then we just have some informational pages here, some things to read about. This is an assignment. That's something that they would do. They would respond to this and turn it in. And some more information, a video. This is the learning part, and then another assignment that they will turn in. And just more information. So this is how it kind of goes. You know, they have some things to look at, some things to read, and then some assignments to turn in, some reflections, things like that. Every week is different. This is a little quiz that they do. Here's the quiz. bite-sized vocabulary quiz, a paragraph to write, and then a wrap up that just summarizes everything that they should have done that week. I always make a checklist, make sure you've turned in these assignments this week so they can double check themselves once more and make sure that they've turned everything in. So each week's different. The assignments are different. You know, they might be reading, they might be writing, they might be analyzing. I'd love to give a lot of choice in what they, you know, in assignments and what in readings and texts. Sometimes they have to read the text that I assign, but I love to give a lot of opportunity for choice in that. And I'm also very flexible if students have other ideas or want to do an assignment a little bit differently. I really encourage them to contact me and talk to me about you know, what they're thinking about, and I'm happy to work out, you know, an alternative. And we do that a lot actually, and it's really fun because it's usually the students get very passionate about it, and what they turn in is really good work. So that's what a typical, you know, session looks like. That's one session equals 1 week. I keep saying session. Just think of a session as 1 week. The sessions run from Monday to Sunday. So every Sunday at midnight, everything is due for that week. And then on Monday, a new session will open for them to start working again in a new session. So that's what it looks like. That's just, you know, that's a typical session, typical setup. You can see here on the side, there's a grade book. They can go in at any time and check their grades. There's also, I have a handout about this, about a way for parents to be able to go into Schoology and check the grades as well. Every week we turn grades in to be updated in Campus, so you can also weekly check the grades in Campus as well, but you won't be able to see individual assignments in Campus, only in Schoology. So if the grade is low and you want to know why, then you need to go into Schoology and see what's missing or what has a low grade in order to figure that out. So that is about it. And that's what a course looks like. If you have questions, please feel free to contact me at any time, and I will help you out with any questions or concerns that you have. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see your students in my class. Thanks.